Libra, welcome to your session. I have a direct message for you, Libra, and that direct message is independence is not for everybody. And Libra, if you jump on the bad wagon, if let me warm my coffee up, Libra, because I'm trying to say bag wagon. How do you say bag wagon? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Um, Independence is not for everybody, Libra. This is the direct message. And then I'm going to warm up this coffee, and then I'm going to rephrase the direct message because I want you to be able to understand the overall message, the direct overall message. We haven't even started your session. So, independence is not for everyone. So, don't jump on the bandwagon when they tell you, um, you know, how do I say this? It's kind of like there's this trend going on that, you know, to be successful, you don't need anybody. Um, Libra, you know, if your wish would be granted today, would you want people to be a part of your success, or would you want to experience success alone? If you can answer that question, if you can enjoy success alone, this message is not for you. If you would like to enjoy success with whomever you deemed of whoever's supposed to be in your life when success takes place, or if success is taking place now, you're being asked to not self-sabotage your connections. The reason being is because there's this trend that is encouraging people to um, let go of the people who are important in their lives. There is a trend going on where homage is not paying due where it's supposed to be due. Some people who are successful forget to pay homage to why they are the way they are, or how they are in the position where they are. And so don't fall for the propaganda. Don't fall in the trap, because that success will be short-lived. It will be taken. So that is kind of a pre-warning and also a message of awareness if you're not aware. Okay, I'm gonna go warm up my coffee, and then I'll rephrase to you. Don't jump on the bandwagon of this trend that's saying you don't need nobody. Also, the underlining message is whatever, for those of you who are experiencing your success, don't forget to pay your homage where homage is due. It's that saying, it says, don't forget where you come from, right? Others of you, again, if you are an individual whom you don't mind enjoying success independently, this message is not for you. Well, the direct message is not for you. Okay. I'm going to warm up my coffee, and then I am going to go ahead and start the session and see what comes out. But that's the message that I had tapped into. And I was like, are you sure that's the message for Libra? Because um, I don't know. You know, I'm starting to learn that just because uh, I get a direct message, I'm learning when and when not to release the messages. And the message, that's a direct message. Don't jump on the bandwagon of the trend of you don't need anybody. And for those of you who are currently experiencing success, don't sabotage your connections by forgetting why you are where you are, or why you obtained the status that you have, or the success that you currently have. Okay? All right. All right. Let me go warm up my coffee. If you need to go get something to drink or take a bathroom break, go do so. I'm going to warm my coffee up. Thank you, Libra, for allowing me to go warm up my coffee. Thank you so much for being kind. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, I think I want this to go right here. Or do I want it to be right here? Hold on. So let me go ahead and tell you what the direct message is again, Libra, and that simply is not to jump on the bandwagon of you don't need anybody. Also, what is that? Let me say this. As a person, I'm talking SGL Spiritual Guideline. I am a person who I don't mind my me time. But because of my gifts, I'm very sensitive to energy, people, places, or things. So when I interact with people, when I make my presence known, when I put people first and acknowledge their existence and their well-being, I'm working. And so when it comes to alienation, Libra, because there's some of you where you don't understand why you keep to yourself. And there's nothing wrong with keeping to yourself. When it becomes wrong is when, you birth depression or anxiety, loneliness, low vibrational energy. Because unless you train the mind to be obedient to you, the mind could be your worst enemy. Okay? The mind has a mind of its own. And Libra, the fact that you are over justice, everyone knows that many people put their hand on the Bible and say, I swear, and I swear to God, well, I don't even know how it goes. I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. So help me God. It's a 50-50. Some people lie under oath and some people tell the truth. So when you are in alienation, when you keep to yourself, make sure that you are keeping to yourself because you're choosing to versus being forced to. When you're being forced to, sometimes there can be a lack of guidance. When you choose to, just make sure that it is a safe space that doesn't turn into a dark space. Okay? Moving forward, when it comes down to jumping on this bandwagon of this trend that's going on of saying that, to be successful, you don't need anybody. If you feel like you want to experience success independently and you don't want to be involved with people, and so be it. That is not a wrong option to take. But if you're saying, hey, I do want people a part of my life, you're being asked not to forget of how you've come about to this point of success. And also try to prevent yourself from self-sabotaging your connections. Because you know how sometimes they say success changes the individual? Sometimes you outgrow your connection. So make sure that you're communicating, all right, with your connections. What else? I need to get some more. I haven't used these incense in such a long time that they are not burning. These ones are not. These are old. I was like, wow, let me go ahead and burn these. And they are just not burning. Oh. But I'm going to use them. All right, my love. Libra, let's go ahead and get started. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding. Thank you. For those of you who are spiritual Libra, as you incline in your gifts, don't be afraid. Whenever you are afraid, ask your guides to protect you, because when you're out in the world, it's not that you're not protected. You have to be mindful of what you allow to have access to you. You have to understand that the enemy is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And if the enemy are energies that's just how do I say this? A cow is supposed to moo, right? A dog is supposed to bark. There's certain energies where their jobs is supposed to infiltrate your energy, because that's their role that they have to play. And so when you are going about your regular whatever, you want to learn how to protect your energy. Okay. Did I do the introduction? Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition as intuitive reader. Allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, understanding for Libra. Thank you. All right, let's take a look, Libra. What you don't see, you have spirit feather here. All right, this is protection in the ethers, okay? Immediately just looking at the imagery, without tapping into the energy, if I was to read the imagery, I would be thinking this has to do with the dream state. This has nothing to do with dream catcher. Okay. This has to do with the energies that are assigned to you that's supposed to get to you. It is protected. For some of you Libras, the fact that you are a part of Mahat's energy, there's other type of cultures, but just overall the justice system, this spirit feather is like a cleanser. So it's kind of like the energies that are supposed to be deposited into you, it filters energies that you are asking for protection from. It goes back into the ethers and it's filters and it comes back to you, so that you can kind of be aware of how you're operating in this justice system when it comes to your role, Libra. When it comes to people, okay, you are being asked to tell it like it is at this time. And by doing so, you may feel out of place and you may force yourself to be by yourself because you're not understanding why your honesty is not being respected. Okay. Sacred script. There's some information. You're going to get a download. This download that you receive, do not tell anybody. Not a single soul, Libra. You're going to receive a message. Do not tell a single soul. This is a covenant between you and divine and your guides. By you keeping this covenant, watch this success. Watch how a whirlwind of success takes over your life. All right. That was a very direct message. So Libra, if you're saying, is that why I'm isolated? Yeah, you're getting ready to receive this download. This download can come in the form of visitation. And when you receive this visitation, you're not going to be afraid because it's a sense of expectancy. It's kind of like, okay, it's happening, and you're not going to be afraid. You're going to receive a message. And this is the lesson to see if you know how to keep a covenant. If this is coming in the form of a guide telling you something, overall message is you being able to, it's not a secret, it's a covenant. Even though a covenant is a secret, a secret is different though. A secret has different bylaws versus a covenant. A secret doesn't have any repercussions, but a covenant does. So this is a lesson for my Libras, okay, of keeping the covenant. All right. You have awareness coming through. Nostalgia in reverse. It's happening. What you asked for is happening, and the reason why it's happening is because you are in this alienation. The distractions in distraction, you would not be able to receive this information or this success that's coming through for you. There's a know-how of doing something as well, Libra. Libras, you're being asked not to operate in your feminine energy. So tame your emotions. You have surprise, confirmation. Congratulations, Libra. You are trustworthy and you know how to keep a covenant. In regards to the outcome, for those of you, if you're like, hey, SGL, it hasn't happened yet. Well, congratulations early. All right. Congratulations. All right. You have surprise here, 42, Cancer, Virgo, and Taurus here. And the energy that I see that could try to infiltrate would be a stubborn energy, possibly a Taurus. Okay. If it's a Cancer trying to create defamation of character. Number 42. When it comes to Virgo's energy, I don't see any negativity. That's the energy of your alienation, okay? 42. All right. It says, Libra, surprise, the universe loves you and is showing you with beautiful new opportunities. Get ready to experience the fun of it all. That's the whirlwind of success that I was channeling. All right, my Libra, I hope you understood this session. If you didn't, get a pen and a paper and dissect this session. You will have access to this. I will keep this live up for you. Don't forget love is kind, Libra. And don't forget that love is gentle. I'm being guided to pull this right here. Why am I being guided to pull this? What does Libra need to know? We have marriage and confusion coming through. Confirmation of do you want to share success? That's up to you, Libra. Do you want to be married? Are you ready to look for a significant other and in the hopes of that it turns to a higher level of commitment? Confusion is not of God. Confusion means do not make any decisions. Do not take the leap of faith. Get to the root of why you are confused, what caused the confusion. And this could be in this alienation, like why are you keeping to yourself when you know you desire marriage? If you are currently married, okay, alienating yourself and not communicating is not going to fix the problem. I need you to mature. All right, I need you to grow up. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for me. Communicate. Okay, work on your communication, because if there's no communication and there is a discord in the marriage, the bottom of the deck is past life. I'm talking to a married couple where, you know, this is not unusual, right? This feels like, your first disagreement, and you're thinking that alienating yourself in this connection is going to solve the no. Don't start a behavior that doesn't need to be in your marriage. Okay, because once that starts, there will be a discord where there's a separation. All right. The fact that past life is here, you have every right to express how you feel, but don't make any decisions based off of how you feel, because that's why you're confused. You need to be present, not talk about yesterday, not talk about something that hasn't happened. You need to be present. All right. Your spouse does not know what you want, and you isolating yourself in this marriage is not helping the situation. So communicate that you're learning how to communicate. Start there. I am learning how to communicate. Please be patient with me. And if your spouse knows how to communicate, allow your spouse to be in control of the narrating of the disagreement, and it all works itself out, right? All right, I was wondering, I was like, why am I being asked? Give me a message for my singles. Why? For my singles, trust and acceleration. Ah, goodness gracious. You know how to reel them in, but you don't know how to keep it going. You have to work on your trust issues. For the most part, when you keep to yourself, you're very attractive, Libra. You draw people to want to come, be nosy a little bit, but the closer people get, it's very obvious that you have trust issues. And so if you're thinking, why are people running away? It's because no one wants to baby the person who has trust issues. And that is not me saying this to hurt your feelings. I'm telling you to work on your trust issues, since you are keeping to yourself. And as you slowly but surely come out of your shell, don't give people the benefit of the doubt. The things that caused you to not trust, this is the covenant that you must keep. The past is the past. Now allow the present to be good experiences. All right. All right, Libra. Did we pull the self-awareness cards? Yeah, we did. We did. Give me an outcome, please, for Libra. I hope no one else thinks I'm spoiling you, Libra, because you got more messages so far than the other of 6 zodiac signs this far. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. You have a Capricorn here who is deceitful, okay? And it just really sucks that I know my Capricorns. You're like, why do we have to be the devil? Because that is the core of who you are. That's the core of the energy that has been birthed in you when it comes to the zodiac. All right. The zodiac signs is just a possession of energy. As humans, we are not required to accept the zodiac sign energy. That's just what it is. I have to let you know so that you guys are aware of, zodiac signs. Zodiac signs is a energy, and it's up to you if you want that energy to possess the body. That's just what it is. Anywho, moving forward, you have this devil energy, this Capricorn that's deceitful, that's up in the air, is what I'm getting here. But the overall message here, when it comes to your session, it says you're finally breaking free and becoming more self-aware. Be This is what it says: be from poor habits, a bad relationship, or a negative situation. You're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Take some time for yourself to ensure that you're fully righting yourself on these negative bonds. So this is where you come to an agreement with yourself, a covenant. All right, whether it's a covenant or a secret, for the most part, you are where you're supposed to be in this alienation. All right, it's you're not being forced. It's just you're recovering. Okay, you're restoring control. Libra. All right, Libra, love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. Until we meet again.